Welcome to this video on conducting a hypothesis test for one mean with data. Let's begin. Suppose you are a public health researcher working for a city. You are tasked with determining whether the average amount of water consumed per day by the residents has decreased since last year when it was measured to be 230 gallons. You select a random sample of 50 households from across the city and measure the amount of water used per day in gallons. Use the dataset to determine if there is sufficient evidence to suggest that the daily water usage has decreased at the 8% significance level. When you log into RGuroo, your screen should look something like this. We're going to come over here to the left to the accordion menu and select Analytics and Analysis, and then we're going to select Mean Inference in one population. Now we need to find our dataset. So remember, our dataset is called Daily Water Usage in Gallons. So let's select that. And now we will select our variable. And there's only one variable to choose from. So that's the daily water usage in gallons. Once we do this, we need to come down to the bottom half of this menu where it says confidence interval and test of hypothesis. This time we're going to do a hypothesis test. The problem states that we are using an 8% significance level, so we'll change this to 0.08. So the last thing we have to do, or the second to last thing really, is to state our alternative hypothesis. So the problem asks if the mean water usage has decreased, so that's going to be less than, from 230 gallons. And since we don't know the population standard deviation, we're going to use the t-stat or t-statistic method. So now let's go ahead and look at our results. And the most important thing from these results is the p-value, which is about 0.14. So the question remains, is there sufficient evidence to suggest that the daily water usage has decreased at the 8% significance level? So remember, our p-value is about 0.14, and our significance level, or alpha, is 0.08. As you can see, the p-value is greater than our significance level. When this happens, we must retain the null. Therefore, we can say that there is insufficient evidence to suggest that the daily water usage has decreased at the 8% significance level.